Howdy, everyone. I've obviously decided not to do a stop motion type of thing with the video because I knew that I'd want to use it to point out some things along the way. So I've got, obviously, I've got the canopy prepped as far as peeling the plastic back out of the way. I've got my side rails here have been prepped and ready to go in. So all I had done, like I said, was I put a bead of fuel tank sealant around the back here. And again, this is not to provide a seal. This is just to help support the canopy overall instead of having it affixed at individual screw locations. I also wanted it somewhat supported and attached using fuel tank sealant in between the screws. So I've got that in place. I've got my bead around the very front of the canopy. It's also up underneath there. I actually put the bead on first and then I put the canopy down over top of it. And I opted not to put anything on the sides between the rail and the canopy. So now that I've got this clecoed, I'm just starting to make up another batch of fuel tank sealant. One thing that I did find that worked quite well, I have these, I don't know, they're about 3/4 of an inch in diameter syringes. This is how they come originally, with that kind of a tip, and all I did was break that tip off inside. So I'm using this one here. It gives you a fatter bead, and those work really well if you don't want to invest in any kind of a hand pump type of thing. You just load the fuel tank sealant into the syringe, make sure the syringe has got an opening that you're happy with, and it pushes through there really easily. So now, after I get my new batch mixed, I'm gonna, on the back side of these side skins, I'm gonna put a bead on the back side around this top edge. And then I'll take that rail, I'll put it in place, and then I'll cleco it. I'll do that on both sides. And then I can come back and start riveting. I could start putting in the screws, and I can start cleaning up the mess. So that's the plan. Like I said, if I can, if there's a good time to stop and do some filming, I'll do that along the way. But that's where I'm headed next. Talk to you soon. Howdy, everyone. I want to make this quick because I'm trying to get some stuff cleaned up more prior to this fuel tank sealant getting really sticky and starting to set up. But like I said, I've got the fuel tank sealant around the edge of the front, and then I had put fuel tank sealant on the underside of the skin along the top and along this edge here on both sides. You can see that those are now in place. I've got it cleaned up around the front. So I've got the fuel tank sealant cleaned up around this area and then all the way around the front of the canopy and then on the other side. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to figure out how to get these clecos out because they've got fuel tank sealant on them. I want to get these clecos out so that I can start cleaning the fuel tank sealant that's bubbling up through here. So I'm going to take these out. I'm going to put temporary screws in to keep the skin drawn tight. And then I'm going to clean up the fuel tank sealant that's oozing out. Now, according to Vans, the documentation that I have from Vans about their plexiglass canopies, you're not supposed to use acetone on the canopy itself. You can use isopropyl alcohol, but not acetone. Acetone works very, very well on metal to clean off the fuel tank sealant. Isopropyl alcohol does not work that great to clean off fuel tank sealant. It will, but it's slow and it's a pain in the butt. So I have to use I have to use isopropyl alcohol to clean off the goop because I don't want to risk the acetone getting on the canopy. In these areas in here, where it's just metal to metal, you can use acetone and that cleans up pretty quick. but anywhere that you think you might be rubbing on the canopy itself, you have to use isopropyl alcohol. So let me do my thing, and I will get back and talk to you guys here soon. Howdy, everyone. Okay, so I've done a lot of cleaning, and I'm done for the day. The canopy itself is not finished, but I've gotten to a point where I'm comfortable calling it a day. I'll come back tomorrow and work on it some more. So all of the screws that you see in it, those are all temporary. Those are solely just to help hold the canopy to the frame, to help hold the skin to the canopy, just so the fuel tank sealant can set. Ultimately, all of these screws are going to be replaced with the actual flight hardware screws. Obviously, I've not done any riveting. I'm just going to leave the clecos in place. There is no fuel tank sealant down here where the clecos are. There's only a bead of sealant where the screws run. So I can take these out at any time and do the riveting. You can see where I've got some fuel tank sealant in here, just so water can't get between this skin and this skin, although if it did, it would probably just run out. However, there's a chance it could run into the fuselage. So I've got this all sealed. I've got this corner here sealed, and of course the top of this is all sealed. I've got just a simple bead around the front. This is going to be worked on some more. This is just a preliminary seal and to help hold the canopy in place, but this is going to be worked on more. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do yet, but all in due time. And then again on this side, I've got this sealed through here, and I've got this corner sealed, and then along the top. So I still have some more cleaning to do. I've got some cleaning to do in here. You can see on this side where the edge of the aluminum frame is nice and clean, but on this side it is not. There's still a lot of fuel tank sealant. I hope this doesn't set up too much overnight and it won't be a pain, if not impossible, to remove tomorrow. But obviously I got to clean this up. Simple things like that. I've got some cleaning to do around the top as well, and on the back side, back in here, I've got some more cleaning to do. But I've been out here since about 9:30 this morning. It is now almost 6:30 in the evening, and I'm pretty much spent. So I took a break long enough to eat really quick, and that's been it. So done for the day. A lot of progress. I am so happy that this is almost coming to an end, and then we can start working on the rear window. So I'll come back and get some more stuff cleaned up. I'll get these clecos out and get this riveted, and then we'll put this on the airplane, and then we'll start on the back window. All right, guys, I will talk to you later.